Hey bozos, it's me, Mr. Kerbo Man. I decided to showcase my ceramics because I have a TikTok and I thought I'd actually use it for other stuff, I guess. So, this isn't any of my ceramics. This is one of them, however. It's a little mug that I made, and it's just got it's a bunch of glaciers with like turquoise water and a red umber sky with a nice little sunset or sunrise. Probably sunset. Judging by the position anyway. And here's this paper mache Lilligant from Pokemon that I made. This was very difficult to put together. Like, I ended up using cotton, this squishy paper. I forgot what it was called, but it was just like this really soft paper that I used. I also used cotton balls and cardboard, tin foil, those sort of things, and I also had to use hot glue, and that was definitely very hard to work with, especially these parts right here. This was not fun. Just like these bulbs right here, that they were not fun to try to create, but I did my best. And here we have one of my very first projects, a little mint chocolate Kirby pinch pot. This was actually my second project that I've ever made. A lot of these ceramic projects that I've done, I ended up doing in my sophomore and junior year of high school, respectively. And this is just a slab that's based off of the Zero-Two fight from Kirby 64. I ended up doing Ribbon and Kirby in like a different medium, sort of, just so that their colors would be a bit brighter and stick out a bit more. Up next, we have my actual first ceramic project. It's literally just a basic pinch pot with some additional colors. I ended up throwing in a bunch of patterns in there and called it a day. This is a little triangle bowl that I worked on. Wait, no. This isn't the. Sorry, I was thinking about another one. I was thinking about a different project that I worked on, but this is a hexagon bowl that I worked on. I ended up putting a bunch of imprintings on the sides just as a nice pattern. This is just meant to be like a pretty basic vase. Like, you can put stuff in it, and yeah. And if I can, I try to make my ceramics food safe whenever it makes sense. And here we have this castle that I made. It's based off of Castle Deity from the Kirby series. However, here, let me just. There we go. The main problem about this one is that it ended up cracking in the kiln since I was using new clay type, and I didn't apply enough water to it since I wasn't used to the amount of water it needed. So I had to go back over and apply like this jewelry clay so that I could seal the cracks, and also I had to paint over it with acrylics, but I think I made it work. Like, the muted, almost gross colors kind of add to the destroyed castle look, which was definitely what I was going for. And now to take a break from ceramics I ended up working on in high school, we have ones that I worked on in high school. Technically, I ended up working at a place called Pottery Works, and I was able to paint some damaged ceramics for free and keep them. And these are the ones that I did. Just generic little fish and a spooky little blacklight pumpkin. And this one I ended up doing at a different place that has paint and pottery, and it's just a Day of the Dead inspired container. This was very fun to make. I ended up looking up just designs of Day of the Dead skulls, and I ended up taking inspiration from all of them. And finally, we have my little Potawatomi set of a teacup, a teapot, and a saucer. And I've been including a bunch of Potawatomi symbolism since that's my heritage. One of them, anyway. And I ended up including, for the saucer, I ended up including this symbol right here. Just circle, circle, and then the lines protruding. I think that represents sadness, and the fire is meant to be a symbol of pride. And I think whenever I was working on this, I was going for like how sometimes pride can lead to sadness or something, but I don't know if I thought about it too deeply. And here we have the teacup. It's definitely very heavy to hold with one hand. And this was actually, I think, my first ceramic that I ended up doing while using the wheel. And speaking of the wheel, this one was also kind of a disaster. Looks a little bit janky, handle's a little bit wide. However, that's not even the worst part about the production of this. I ended up making this on the wheel, however, the bottom was too thick and it blew up in the kiln. And this was the only thing that I could salvage, so I just built a new one from hand and made sure to keep the walls from being too thick, and bada bing bada boom. And again, I ended up including some symbolism. I wanted to have like just connecting colors across all of this. Like these two are purple and orange. No, yellow, purple, orange. While this one is mainly red and green with hints of yellow. So yeah, those are just as well as there's also these. These two I ended up making in camp, and I just painted with acrylics. This one I ended up making it in a church youth group. It's literally just Hootie from the Owl House, just in his portable Owl House thing. I even put Hootsifer on the back just because. These were some ceramic stamps that I made in high school. And this one is probably my most recent one. Just like it's literally just like an air dry clay version of Bandandy or Bandy. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. If you actually watched to the very end, thank you very much for your patience. I hope you have a wonderful day and take care. Bye.